All right, so tonight we're going to be doing some burn, probably 2 leagues. The main board hasn't changed at all. We've got the skewers, the rift bolts, the eidolons, the searing blaze, the boros' charms, the lightning helixes, the swift spears, the bolts, the spikes, and the guides. Goal: kill them as quick as possible. We've got sunbaked canyons to help us redraw and tap for white. We've got 2 sacred foundries to help us get these cards online, and then the rest are mainly the mountains, and then the inspiring vantage because redundancy of having 10 lands to tap for white out of the 20 seems pretty good. And then we've got the 6 fetch lands, so out of all of our lands we only have 4 that don't tap for white. That's pretty good. Sideboard changes, however, is we dropped the searing blood. I feel that the searing blaze is enough to deal with creatures. We don't really need to deal with more creatures in our sideboard. And so instead, we brought in bridges. And I took out, to do so, we took out 1 Smash to Smithereens and the Deflecting Palm. And then we swapped a Smash to Smithereens for a Wear Tear. So we can still destroy artifacts and enchantments using the Wear Tears. We've got the 3 Skullcracks to stop our opponents from gaining life, or just more direct damage for like when Searing Blaze is basically a dead card. Control matchups. And then we've got Core Firewalkers for the mirror and other red decks. 3 paths is more creature removal if we need it, and a non-red removal for Firewalkers for the mirrors, and then 2 relics for graveyard stuff. That's all that this list is, basically. Not much else to explain. Let's go ahead and hop into a burn league. But okay, we lost the die roll. That's good. That means we don't have to pick. Luris. Eidolon seems good against Luris decks. I don't think we want 2. So bottom that one, say done. Let's go, opponent. Wooded Foothills, Cracks Wooded Foothills. Sacred Foundry, Shoxodon. Is this the burn mirror match? It is. But okay, so they're burn with Luris, we're burn without. That is an amazing top deck for us. The main reason I'm doing it without Luris is because I feel by the time that you can utilize Luris, you're losing. So there's an Islet. Lava spikes us. Yeah. That's fine. Plus Spectacle. Yep. We go down to 10. Problem is, you're losing your Swift Spear. Well, we don't have as nearly as good a turn. Well, I say that. But we're both at 10. Both at 10, both with 3 cards in hand. So if we hit a land here, we go Bolt Eidolon. So there's their land. They go Bolt. They pay a life. Are you killing me? Idle. Huh. So If we bolt their Eidolon, hit them for 2, play our own Eidolon, they're taking too much damage off their lands. Clear the way for our Swift Spear here. We'll go down to 5. We'll swing for 2. Oh, wait. No, we're at 5, not them. Because we could deal 6. Which isn't enough. Well... and so we lose to exactly 2 burn spells. More specifically, exactly 2 1-drop burn spells. They play an Eidolon into our Eidolon. Okay. Helix will do it. We win. And swing him out. How you blocking, Mr. Eidolon? Blocks there. Okay. We win. No, we don't. We can't cast a second spell. So we have to let this damage happen. They go to 1. And then they can't cast a spell. They go to 1. We're at 5. They can't bolt us to kill us. They can't swing with their own Eidolon. Well, they can't bolt. We'll go to... yeah, we go to 1. And what you gonna do? You can't kill us. Okay. So versus the mirror, these 6 cards automatically come in. We're on the draw, so Eidolon's a lot worse. So I want to board out at least 2 Eidolons. Riftbolt's slow. Relic's not bad when they have Luris. Those 8 for these 8? Yeah. Since we're on the draw, those cards are all slower. They take the play. We've got a Core Firewalker on turn 2. Let's go. This hand doesn't do much, which is unfortunate. That's a Swift Spear. But it's got multiple redraws off these relics. Sacred Foundry, shock it in, red relic. Pass the turn. There's a Bloodstained Mire. Pain cost. They go for the bolt on our face. That's fine. We go down to 14. No blocks from us. Damage. End of combat. Second main. Exile a card from our opponent's yard. They exile the Bloodstained Mire. They're smart. We will be fetching and shocking to land this core Firewalker. All of these double white Firewalker. Fast turn. Hope our opponent does not have the path in hand to deal with the Firewalker. Sacred Foundry tapped. Shocks in the Sacred Foundry. Goes for a core Firewalker of their own. We're not looking good. Okay, exile Bloodstained Mire, that's fine. Goblin Guide. Always yield yes to triggered abilities from core Firewalker. Is swinging? Swings with both. Goblin Guide triggers. Shows us a skewer. That's nice. Pro red. Reduce the amount of damage we're taking this turn. Guide goes to there. We hit that. So we can go land drop, relic, take out, or land drop, blaze. To take out their swift spear. So we go to 10, they go to 18. Well, they go to 15. Which point we can now crack this for a mountain and skewer. We can hold off on the skewer. It's sorcery speed, but that's fine. Because if they try to bring Luris, we can just eat the graveyard. So that's what we're going to be doing this turn anyway. I'm not going to take that trade. Not yet, at least. I'd rather take the 7 or take the 2. Expiring Vantage tapped. Paying costs. Luris. Pop the yards. There's our path too, baby. Ah, yeah. Path your Firewalker. Swift Spear. Gain some life. Lava Spike, and gain some more life. In combat, swing for 4. They go down to 8. We're at 9. They've got 5 lands with Luris plus 3 in hand. Okay, they play out a Swift Spear. We gain some life. They go a swinging. We'll go to 9. Boros Charm, 4 to us. Okay, we go down to 7. We go to 5. Neat. You're at 8. Instep. Okay. So... red, right, Boros Charm ya? Come on. Yep. I mean, we knew that matchup was going to be who draws path first to deal with the Firewalker. Cool. We got the mirror match. Let's continue. I just don't feel that Luris really buys burn much. We'll keep, right? Like, turn 1 Swift Spear, turn 2 Swift Spear, spike ya, hit ya for me. Unless, like, you're a super fast deck, in which point we idle on. And so, like, if this is Storm or... mainly Storm, right? That's just about the only time we'd want to see. Or we'd go Eidolon instead of second Swift Spear Spike ya. Bolt, okay. So probably Prowess. Lucky you on having that bolt. I say lucky, it's probably mono red. And their hands are filled with that kind of stuff. We'll knock him down to 14 at this point, and then Eidolon should help. Second mountain. Exile's a Rift Bolt. Lightning Bolts are Swift Spear. Goblin Guide. Suspend a Rift Bolt. And get you for 2. And Clifftop Retreat. Interesting. So I mean, it's definitely some form of burn. I guess it's budget burn. So they get their Rift Bolt. They can Rift Bolt our Goblin Guide if they so please. Assuming that's what they do here. Oh, they go after our face. Interesting choice. They're not afraid of our Goblin Guide. Clifftop Retreat. They now have 3 mana available to them. Lightning Helix is us. And then Goblin Guides. Okay. Goblin Guide's gonna reveal for us. Guide triggers. Reveals a Helix for us. That's good. We'll take a Helix. Rift Bolt comes off suspension here. We will kill their guide. And at this point, if we Eidolon, we're behind, but we have the Helix to catch up. Reveal another clifftop retreat. Okay. So I say we're behind. We're behind by 1. That really isn't behind in a burn matchup. And so they played out their clifftop retreat. They've got 4 cards in hand. Problem is, we have a clock. They don't. Okay. Begin combat. Swing with the house. Reveals a charm. Okay. We hit them for 4, take them to 9. Pass the turn. Okay. They draw that Boros charm. They spike us. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just yield to this Eidolon. They go to 7. We go to 9. They spike us. We go to 6. They go to 5. What, did you think you were going to get me to play a card? Your hand consists of Boros Charm and something else. I'm not going down to 4. Land for turn. Combat. Swing house. Goblin Guide trigger. Reveals. A Goblin Guide. Cool. Opponent goes to 1. Opponent can no longer play spells. There we go. Ow. Opponent says, not gonna lie, I fucked up. I would have won. How are you going to win? How would you have ever won? Don't just assume that you're going to win. You didn't know what was in my hand. I had the Helix to heal if you tried to get lethal on me. I dislike that our opponent just assumes that they were going to have the win. Anyway, it's the mirror. Paths come in. Firewalkers come in. We're on the draw, so Eidolons definitely come out. And so do pair of bolts. And it's not a relic mirror. So this has a path to deal with a Firewalker if they have it. Then we have guide. It's got a lot of 1-drops and 1 land. I don't like that the land is the Sunbaked Canyon. We're gonna mulligan this. And this is a snap keep. Bottoming the lava spike. They go mountain. Swift spear. Hit us for 1. Okay. Okay, that's a fun one. This, fetch and shock. Red, Goblin Guide, Combat 2. Yes, I know we're putting ourselves down in life against burn, but next turn we have a Firewalker, which I then have to deal with, or we run away with the game. There's a Rift Bolt. They take 2, go to 18. Arid Mesa. They suspended the Rift Bolt. Okay. They get in for 1. So if we go Blaze here to kill their clock, hit them for 3, catch up in life. And then next turn we have Firewalker. We'll just land the Firewalker. Begin combat. Turn our Goblin Guide sideways. We reveal a Lightning Bolt. Neat. They want, they could fetch. They do not. They go down to 16. They don't. Okay. Rift Bolt comes off suspension. Rift Bolt comes down. Rift Bolt can deal 3 damage to any target. Rift Bolt's targeting. I forgot to say always yes. Prowess, and now they can kill our Goblin Guide. Guide goes bye-bye. Second Arid Mesa. They go fetching. Gets a basic mountain. Paying costs. They go fetching again. Gets a Sacred Foundry. Shocks it in. Red, white. Lightning Helix is us. Sure. We go to 13. They go to 15. Lightning Bolt. Turn off auto yields. Let me do that. We go to 14. Prowess trigger happens. They have a 4/5. We go down to 11. Oh no, whatever will we do? Pro red, you don't have anything that prevents damage. Neat. Land? Not land, sad face. We will go white, red, Helix, your Swift Spear. Always yes. Always yield. Helix, your Swift Spear. We go to 14. Combat. Swing for 2. They're down to 13. We're at 14. They need a path to win. There's a cliff top. Searing Blaze is now a dead card in our hand, but that's fine. Ultra? Scuria? Combat to ya? Opponent's down to 2. They play a land for the turn. They're paying costs. Swiss Spear, cool. Thanks for giving my Searing Blaze a target. Now I just need a land. Swiss Spear can't block. It has protection from red. Your Swift Spear cannot block this core Firewalker. Welcome to why core Firewalker wins games. So, mirror into mirror. Surprisingly enough, the person who can deal with core Firewalker wins the mirror. Who would have thought? It was running Clifftop and it was running fetches, so I don't want to call it budget because it was fetching. It's painful with those being our only 2 lands, but it can do. It's got legs. We'll keep it. It's a burn. It's got some running legs. What's the worst that can happen? We face another burn mirror. Okay, island. Just an island. Okay. Ooh, that's a much better draw. I kind of like playing this out tapped and then lava spiking. Is that where we don't take the damage off the Sacred Foundry? Force of Negation, exiling Force of Negation. Sure. Prowess still happens. And so it's some blue deck. And so Searing Blaze is probably a dead card in hand. Second island, they now have actual counter spells online. We will go Pilot, Combat, Swing. Any fancy shenanigans? Trying to flash in something? Flashes in Merfolk Trickster. Okay. I don't know why you wouldn't. So it's a blue deck. Prowess will trigger. You're Merfolk. That happens. It now becomes a 2/2. Blocks, no blocks, can't block. Damage, you take 2. Cool. So we're looking at a Merfolk deck. Blue-red Merfolk. Bolts are Swiss Spear. Okay. Make me sad. I have 3 cards in hand. What are we afraid of? Ooh, I like this play. This, sack the islet to draw a card. You draw another land. That's unfortunate. Red, white. Boros charm ya? Show me more counter magic. What? You don't have more? Come on. Merfolk Trickster. This could be wizards. That's technically a wizard, isn't it? Opts. Sure. They scryed to the top. They liked whatever card was there. Not great for us. You could swing for 2 if they so pleased. They do. They have 2 cards in hand. Okay. Let's see a counterspell. Counter magic? Cool. That's what happens when you pitch force to force. So all we saw was blue-red, Force of Negation, Opt, and Merfolk Trickster. It's either blue-red wizards, in which case Core Firewalker is not bad, or it's blue-red Merfolk. Huh. The issue is most of the wizards are blue, so Firewalker would only be gaining us life off of our cards and their removal. I think we just run it back. Like, there's nothing in our sideboard I really want against blue-red wizards. I'm gonna guess that's what they're on just because I feel that's more prominent, more likely than... So, like... Hand is bonkers if they play creatures. Hand is garbage if they don't. Let's try it. Okay. Okay. Eidolon, Eidolon, Eidolon. We're in a very interesting spot. They go a fetching. And get themselves... What? Steam Vents here? Probably. Yep. Steam Vents taps. Makes sense. I'm betting money on blue-red wizards. There's a Flooded Strand. So red Eidolon. They go for the bolt. That's fine. Little do they know, there are many more where that card came from. And Flooded Strand, they go with a Steam Vents. They play it tapped. Island. Three blue. Wizard's Retort. Okay. Definitely blue-red wizards. Let's see how many Eidolons this player can deal with. Mystic Sanctuary gets back Counterspell. Makes sense. Play out the Sunbaked Canyon. Eidolon. I'm gonna force you to deal with Eidolons left, right, and center. Snap to target Bolt. Okay. Our Eidolon comes down. They'll take 2 off of this bolt that they're going to be casting. Okay. Lightning Bolt gets exiled. They dealt with all 3 Eidolons. Let's go ahead and just bolt their guy. Get rid of Snappy Boy. What, you bolting us? Wizard's Lightning to us. Sure. We go to 13. They lose their Snapcaster. They have 2 in hand and they're drawing counter magic. So they have counter magic, but that's it. Goblin Guide. I'm assuming this is getting countered. Neat. There we go. And we pass the turn. So what can happen here? They have a fetch land and 1 unknown in hand. Let's see if it's counter magic. It's a Force of Negation. Okay. They now have no cards in hand. And we have Searing Blaze. Okay. Like to draw a card off that canyon. Okay. Not bad, not bad. We just go with Swift Spear. They crack this Scalding Tarn. for an island, and then they play out a flooded strand. Okay. We draw Rift Bolt. We'll suspend a Rift Bolt. Combat. Go a swinging. It's only one right now. But that's fine. Because next turn we hit for 10. They fetch. Get a Steam Vents tapped. Okay. They fetch. Get Mystic Sanctuary. Target Wizards or target Wizards Lightning. Okay. I guess so that way they can deal with the Swift Spear. They now draw. They draw their Wizard's Lightning. They're at 9. You could do permanent. You control gain indestructible until the end of turn. That'd be rude. Deal 3 damage to any target. I could do that. But we'll just let you hit for 3. This comes off suspension. We will hit you in the face. Because you have no cards in hand. Down to 6. Suspend a Rift Bolt and pass the turn. Like, you play a threat, your threat dies, you die. You have counter magic, you counter a spell. Rift Bolt comes off suspension. Hit our opponent for 3. Okay, these are instant speed stuff. Neat. Everything in our hand is an instant. We can kill our opponent on their instep. No threat by them. White, red. Show me counter magic. Nimble Obstructionist? What does this even do? Okay, they cycle. Cycle again. Three damage. Cool. Doesn't matter what you were drawing, bud. Any creature that tried to stick was dying. Like, we were holding up that fetch land and just go, pop. No. No creature for you. Yeah, it was a bit rude to sandbag the Helix, but at the same time, it's instant speed. It makes it so they can't force because it's not our turn. So, arguably, that's the best time to do it, is their instep there, because it removes one of their counter spells. Anyway, see, this time we're 3-0 with Burn. Granted, we faced mirror match, and then blue-red wizards. So I wouldn't necessarily say this is a good representation of the overall metagame, but we're not doing terrible. So Burn's still a good deck. Hugo Freitas 1. So 2 lands, 2 1-drops, and an Eidolon. We'll keep this. And the lands don't kill us. Spire Bluff. Well, I'm real glad we have this Eidolon, because holy shit. We'd be dead. This is Storm. Searing Blaze ain't bad. Swing for 2. Let's see what's on the top of our opponent's library. It's an island. They draw an island. Neat. Their turn 2, they did not play the island, so they have island plus 5 unknown. Nope. There's a Boros. Okay. So, do we try to land an Eidolon here? So that way if they try to storm off, they can only play 9 spells? Or do we go with Blaze? It's one of the two. Blaze makes it so they would have to have Force of Negation. Show me the Force of Negation. No force. There we go. So next turn we have this Eidolon coming down. We reveal another Boros. Well, we're fine with that. So there's the island. And there's the Boros. So they have 4 in hand. We can either... So if we kill Boros, they can... they can't storm off. They could Gifts? If we kill Boros, they can... Yeah. Like, now's our worst case scenario. There's a remand. That's not great for us. From the aspect of they can go remand your Eidolon that we're trying to land here. There's a Shivan Reef. So they have land, remand, unknown, unknown. Lava Spike. Lava Spike. Electromancer. Meaning we might be dead here. Block damage. There you go, down to 3. And here comes... So ritual... What, ritual? Remand the ritual to try to draw another card? Yep. Draws their Electromancer. And so Electromancer, go off with 3 cards, bud. Let's see it. Down to 2. You can Gifts. You have 2 mana floating. So what do you Gifts for here? Because if you go for Ritual, Manamorphose Past, well, this nets you just enough to Past in Flames. Put the 2 rituals into the graveyard. Hope you don't have another ritual. There's the Manamorphose. Blue 1. They do have the other ritual. So they can now Piff. It's hit 6. Okay. And grape shot, remand. Well, that's grape shot, remand. Yeah, that's enough. Okay. So I got greedy there. I should have just slammed Eidolon on turn 2 since we knew it was Storm. So we just want to mulligan until we find an Eidolon. Like, Skullcrack's not good. Paths are mediocre. Firewalkers are mediocre. I would love to play first. Hands garbage. Turn 1, turn 2. Turn 2, turn 3. 9. They kept it 7. So the issue is if we keep 6 here, we have the potential to be screwed over by Bolt. And we're left with just damage in hand. It's Storm. It's not a great matchup for us, but it's not unwinnable. Island, sleight of hand, serum visions. Yep. Put 2 cards on top. That is not good for us. Inspiring Vantage, suspend a Rift Bolt, Lava Spike. Just so we have this constant 2 damage a turn from this prowess creature. Hit for 2. They don't want to play a creature into the Rift Bolt. Well, there's the Lightning Bolt. There's a sleight of hand. Like I said, just had to avoid Bolt. What do we manage to not do? Rift Bolt comes off suspension. Hit our opponent. 4-3. Land there's not great. We'll put in that tapped. We'll suspend another Rift Bolt. Try to make it so they don't have creatures. We really need Searing Blaze or Eidolon at this point. There's 3 mana. They don't play out a creature, so this this Rift Bolt has to go to their face. Remove the time counter. That has to target them. And there's a Bolt. We will play a land for the turn, pass turn. Hold up the Arid Mesa for the fact that it can turn on Searing Blaze. They go Desperate Ritual into Gifts. Let's see what they want us to give them. Okay. So let's do Past and Metamorphose. Give them the rituals to be able to piff. Okay, there's Pyretic 1. There's Electromancer. And now you've got to try to... Nope. Has the Metamorphose, can float mana. Red and blue. What? What you doing with red and blue? Second gifts? Empty on 5. Okay, they make some goblins. They've got us on a 2-turn clock. We need a Boros Charm. Off the top. Rift Bolt won't do it, but we will suspend a Rift Bolt. And pass the turn. Because if we hit... This is 12, we go to 8. Yeah, we can't hit anything. Right, because this Rift Bolt has to hit a goblin. And then we still die to exact. Searing Blaze. Take him to 2 and GG's. Because we die on crack. Alright, so should have won game 1. We weren't going to win game 2 there no matter what we did. Because I kept a hand that wasn't good against Storm. I knew that the hand wasn't good against Storm, but it was still a strong hand. I specifically knew that the hand was going to lose to a Lightning Bolt, and they happened to have the Lightning Bolt. Oh well. Let's see if we can end on a 4-1. There we go. So yeah, hard to know how game 3 would have played out there. I would love to play first. Nope. Nope. Hmm. Four lands into no lands. Looks like we're just not destined to do great with burn. I mean, we keep 5. So is that we bottom? Blaze in a canyon? And is utter garbage. But Burn's not really winning at 4. Especially when our opponent's at 7. Bloodstained Mire fetches. Fetch Shock Thoughtseize. Inquisition. Just as good. Sees our hands a pile of hot garbage. He takes the Searing Blaze. So we could 6 them, but I don't think that's what we want to be doing. From the aspect of the fetch into Inquisition makes me think Death Shadow. Steam Vents tapped. Okay. A land here we hit for 9, take them to 6. Upkeep, we draw a Boros Charm. Okay. Our hand still doesn't do a heck of a whole lot, but this is 13 in our hand. Here's a polluted delta. Boros Charm ya. They go down to 13. We have 9 in hand. There's a Helix. That's not bad. And they go a fetching to turn on their Death Shadow. I'm assuming this is Grixis Shadow. There's 4 mana, and there's the Shadow. Not gonna let that grow to the point where you can stubborn denial. Yep. And we cannot pay for the stubborn. There we go. There's a draw. However, we do it tapped. And then we have 9 in hand. Problem is, it's 9 in hand at sorcery speed. And so if they have a way to deal 3 damage to themselves, they want to see what we're drawing. And then I'm assuming Gurmag. Gurmy boy. They now have their stubborn denials online. They have 2 of them. We'll take 1. Bobble. They draw, we draw. That's another sorcery speed. We pass. So we now have lethal if we can hit a land. From the aspect of, you know, them not having interaction in 4 cards. Ha ha ha. Okay, they go down to 11. They go down to 9. So they now need 2 counter spells to live. If we can hit a land here. Land? Hey! That, let's go fetch and show me 2 counter spells. Lava Spike you. Concedes. What? You don't have counter spells? Okay. So bridges in, relics in, paths in. Eidolons can stay. Blazes can come out. Shave on a bolt and a skewer and a bolt. Yeah. Eh. Relic's not bad if we get it early enough, but I don't feel that's what we want to be doing, so we'll do that. Okay, it's Death Shadow. They're definitely going to take the play. And hand has one land we do not keep, especially when it's one land that's not functional. Mulligan down to 6. Ew. Mulligan down to 5. I mean, we'll keep. And bottom, Charm and Spike. They go Bobble. Bobble themselves, see what they have on top. And then they don't want whatever's on top. Tapped Watery Grave. Okay. We're okay with this. They draw a card. We hit our land drop like we planned. Here we go. Swift Spear, get in for 1. They go down to 18. Inquisitions us. Have your pick. Probably takes Path here. Takes the Bolt. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, they already know about it. They're tapped out. We'll hit them. Take them down to 13. And so they can fetch to get their Death Shadow out. But they know that we have a Path in hand. Path in 1 unknown. A Braid, 3 to the Swift Spear. Sure. At this point, we now get to play patiently. Bolt's not bad. Pass the turn. We don't want to crack this eyelet. We want as many lands as possible at this point. Land, pass. Because we get to just sit at this beautiful, they can't Gurmag, or... So, in step, let's go ahead and we'll draw here. Eidolon. That's a pretty good one. Second Eidolon. Interesting. They now will start taking damage from spells that they cast. They have to be very, very careful now. Okay, they have the push. That's fine. They go down to 11. They can now play out their Death Shadow. It's currently a 2/2. Land here, we go Bolt plus Eidolon. I mean... Bolt, hold up Path, and Stubborn Denial. They pay 2 life to turn on their Stubborn Denial. Oh, to make it so Bolt doesn't kill. Yep. So we still have path. They're at 9. We have 7 in hand. Begin combat. Swings for 4. Move to blockers. Try to path it. Show me your stubborn. No stubborn denial. There we go. They get a swamp. Move through the damage. No threat? Or another death? Okay, another death shadow. That's fine. Blood Crypt tapped. At this point, we don't do anything. Helix. So if we go Eidolon, Eidolon here makes it so if they ever Eidolon buys us just enough. Because if they go for this push, okay, they don't. I mean, if they swing 4, we don't block. We're at 22. We've got time when you're hitting for 4. And 4 is nothing. This is a delve creature. Angler comes down. Yeah. Hey, land for turn. Pass the turn. Aether Gusts. Sounds good. I'll put that on bottom. Opponent goes down to 7. So 12, 17. Damage? Neat. Four. Snap. Snap Gust. Problem is, there's nothing that we can do, right? Because they can gust, flash back, and we're mana short. Yep. I would love to take the play. Mulligan the out of that. It's got double path. Double path is very tempting. And put a card on bottom. We'll put Skewer on bottom. Because we can go fetch, shock, Swift Spear, one ya. And then they're stuck with Having to pick not great cards. From the aspect of we just have a decent amount of damage here. So there's a Scalding Tarn. Swing for 1. Yes, we're losing out on a point of damage here, I know. Our goal is to try to get them to as close to 13 as possible without going under. There's a Watery Grave tapped from our opponent. Inquisitions us. Sounds good. Takes the Helix. We'll go ahead and crack this for the other Sacred Foundry. Okay. Not bad. Not fantastic, but not bad. From the aspect of we just need a land now. Then we can deal with any of their threats. We could also path our own Swift Spear here to guarantee the land drop. I'm not opposed to this line. Because if we path... No. Prowess trigger, hit them down. Take them to 8. They have 6 in hand. They go down to 7. Blood Crypt tapped. And then Thought Scours themselves. It's Inquisition, Stubborn Denial. There we go. That's a Stubborn Denial out of the way. Yes, they can now Gurmag Angler and have up Stubborn Denial back up, but we have double path. They don't seem to have double. What on earth is this? Collective Brutality. Target opponent reveals target creature. Target opponent. You choose an instant and sorcery card. Well, you tapped out. I'm going to go ahead and guarantee this other mana. Take my path. No land drop? Show me force of negation. No force? And there we go. Now we're sitting pretty as burn. That's a Death Shadow. That's never getting small enough to attack. That's a Death Shadow. It's never getting small enough to attack. Okay. Boros Charm. Boros Charm's pretty good for us. There's a land. Gurmag? Yeah, baby. Boros Charm, show me your counter magic. Stubborn Denial. Cool. Neat. Did they have the double Stubborn Denial? Nope. They go down to 4. Show me that you're for some reason running Colligan's Command and you kept it in. No Colligans? Comes off suspension. You cast that at their face. They go down to 1 unless they choose to counterspell this. Okay. They drew the counter magic. We draw. Okay. That's not a bad draw. Show me more counter magic. And take them to 1. We're at 17. A braid. They showed us a braid. I forgot about that. And so they could rip a braid and kill us. So they do have outs. So they're not just stalling us here. We'll play a land past the turn. Did they hit the... They got the Colligan's Command. Unfortunate. Huh. Would have thought that they'd board that one out. Oh well. So, didn't do terrible as burn. Went 5-5 overall for the night. Deck's in a pretty good spot. I don't disagree with anything in our sideboard. Maybe turn the relics into Rest in Peace. Just from the aspect of Rip seems better positioned for burn right now. We don't really need the additional card draw off of Relic. And the one-time use of Relics not as great as the persistent effect of Rest in Peace right now. So we'll probably try that soon. Other than that, everything else felt like we never did bring in Wear Tear, but I don't want to be without Wear Tear in the sideboard, because as soon as I am, I know I'm going to run into something like Leyline of Sanctity, and then burn just loses to that card.